Okay. Okay, the third thing I wanted to say, today we don't need your books, so you can put them away silently, please. So we don't need any books today. What we're going to do... I'll just wait until you put them back in your bag.
Hey, kom weg.
Okay, what we are going to do today, I have a speaking exercise for you. I'm going to ask you a little bit of questions. We're going to watch a few clips. We're going to ask some things about a topic I picked out for today. Okay? Not very hard. In the second lesson, we're going to try to do a recap of the last chapter so you can prepare yourself for the test. Okay? Is that clear? Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, and if we have some time left, we can play a game. I got two planned, and you can choose which one you want to do. Okay. The first thing I want to show you today is about the word of the year of 2017. That was a spoiler. Spoiler alert. Why can't you do it?
Ga opletten.
Okay, I want you to pay attention. It's a small clip, it's a funny clip, it's not real, it's fake. But I want you to pay attention to the headlines they're announcing, okay? Wow, I love this. It's on as well, it's on. Why is there no sound? Does it work?
Tonight's top stories.
Experts believe that all effects of climate change will reverse within 5 years.
Really?
That can't be.
Oh, yes.
Really?
A live snake has been found inside the winning cake on Strictly Come Dancing.
Can we get a fact check on that?
Definitely on Strictly, yep.
There's another one. Experts claim the Atlantic Ocean is 75% too wet.
Yeah, the Atlantic Ocean, yeah.
I'm not doing this anymore. I didn't get into this game to read out news stories like this. Space actually a bit smaller than other people thought. What about this? This one just says, I'm a bat and I'm on fire.
I'm sorry, but I'm not reading that. The nation relies on me to read truthful facts, and I can't say that sandwiches have gone on strike. You know what I think about that? Oh, why did I...
Ripping up the news. One of these stories has got to be true. Small dog is my best friend. Is this news? Douglas discovers too late that he's afraid of minor heights. Help!
And we're on in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's 6 o'clock.
Tonight's news stories are...
Fake. It's fake news.
Okay, that was a small clip. Okay, what was the word of the year, guys? Yes. Fake news. Fake news. Okay, there was a lot of mentioning.
I'm one of the junior lexicographers here at Collins. I'm also a keen etymologist.
That was last week's word. Okay. What were the headlines they were talking about? The fake news. Can somebody name 1 or 2 headlines for me? There were a lot, so you must remember at least one of them, right? Yes, please tell me.
Atlantische Oceaan is voor 75%. But not.
That's a lot. Yeah, and Atlantic Ocean being too wet, that's quite silly. That's not really a thing. Any other headlines we heard? Come on, they were quite so. You must remember a few. Yes.
De ruimte is kleiner dan wat de mensen dachten.
Ja, dus de ruimte is kleiner dan we eigenlijk dachten. Dat was ook een zin, die was letterlijk I am a bat and I am on fire. Wat betekent dat?
Ik ben een vleermuis en
Ik sta aan de brand. Ja, ik ben een vleermuis en sta aan de brand. Dat staat helemaal nergens op natuurlijk. En heel veel fake news headlines de laatste tijd. En ook eigenlijk niet er een tijdje voor hebben. Has any of you ever been fooled by fake news? So that you read a news story and you talked about your friends with it and then all of a sudden it turned out to be fake?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Please tell me, Maat.
She said, the news said, hoe zeg ik dat? Of Poes, Cat. Ja,
Cat.
Poef heeft een kat aangereden. Dat
Poof
is-
had run over a cat.
Ja.
Okay, that was not true.
Nee, dat is niet waar.
Where did you read it?
Wat zei je?
Where did you read it?
Mijn moeder zei het.
Your mother said it.
Ja.
So she read it somewhere.
Ja, en hij zegt ook op Instagram,
Okay.
of zijn Snapchat, dat hij zo'n
Dames,
vrouw
even een
had.
vrouw vragen. Ja,
En de kat van een vrouw is aangereden.
okay. Any other one with been fooled by fake news? Because I have, definitely. Last year, when Donald Trump was running for election, I read a small article with a quote of him, but it was this quote. If I were to run, I would run as a Republican. They are the dumbest group of voters in the country and they love anything on Fox News. I could lie and they'd still eat it up. I bet my numbers will be terrific. There was a quote that Donald Trump said in People magazine in 1989. I thought, you know what this means? Can somebody please translate the main part of it? I help you guys. In Amerika hebben we de Democraten en de Republicans. De Republicans is een groep van mensen en Donald Trump is een Republican en die staat president voor hun. Er is gezegd door hem, ja dat is zo'n domme groep, als ik ooit president ga worden, dan ga ik voor hun zijn, want die geloven me toch wel als ik lieg. Dat is wat gezegd. Ik vond het zo raar om te horen. Het bleek allemaal nep zijn uiteraard, maar ik was erin getrapt, ik geloofde het. So fake news is a lot around these days. Why do you think there's so many fake news right now? Because someone yes.
Omdat er veel problemen zijn in de wereld.
Yes, there are a lot of problems in the world, and the most easy way to spread knowledge and information is social media. Social media is at its highest peak it has ever been. There's more social media around it than ever. And it's very easy to put something on social media and make it believable. I mean, the radio, the TV, and the news, they should have, the newspapers and the TV, they should have quality stories where there is nothing like. Sadly, there is though, and that's because a lot of those reasons are because of social media. So why do you think it became a word of 2017? Anyone has a clue? Yeah.
Maybe because in 2015 there was really much fake news.
Yes, there was a lot of fake news, and the thing is, there's never been fake news this globally around the world as there ever has been before. Donald Trump has a lot to do with it as well. Does any of you know what Donald Trump has to do with the fake news? Okay, I'll tell you about it. First of all, Donald Trump claims that fake news is everywhere. All the stories about him are fake and this and that, and a lot of them are. But the fake news stories, they are online just to get the likes and the shares and all the stuff that people are into these days. But it's not real news. Okay, I'm gonna do a small. Okay, I got another clip. This is a clip to check if you can spot fake news or not. And I want you to pay attention to how you can spot it and how you.
Have you ever shared news online? Or talked about it with your friends? Maybe it shocked, wowed you, or made you laugh. But before you shared it, did you stop to think, is this real? Not everything online is true. Thousands of stories, videos and pics on the internet are fake. Here's an example. This was one of the most shared posts during the recent US elections. But guess what? Donald Trump never said it. And this is happening a lot. Fake news, made up to get as many shares as possible. So, how do we know what's real before we read or repost? Well, ask yourself this. Has the story been reported anywhere else? Is it on the radio, TV, or in the paper? Or have you heard of the organisation that made it? If you haven't, you might want to explore it a bit more. Maybe the site looks a bit like another you've heard of, but something's not quite right. Make sure you double check. Is the story on an official website with a .com or .co.uk web address? For example, a site with a .com.co web address might be fishy. Lastly, ask yourself, does the photo, video or story look dodgy? If the answer is yes, maybe it's fake.
Yes, so how to make sure if the stories are real or fake. So can you name 3 ways to check if a story is fake or real? Yes. Anyone else? Yes?
Is it on other?
Yes, it's on other platforms, on TV, radios, social media. Well, by the way, I'm talking about social media a lot because it's a big influence on fake news. But there are definitely TV and radio stations also have fake news, but less than social media. But it is possible, of course. But if all 3 media, social media, radio, TV, news, if they're all talking about it, yeah, you can assume it's true. Because there are multiple sources who say it's true. Okay, another way you could spot fake news. Yes?
If the picture looks real or not?
If the picture looks real or not. If the text looks real, if it's just the whole picture of it. Okay, another one, maybe one more. Someone I haven't heard that much yet. Any guys in the front, maybe? No? Yes, Marcel, please. Yes, if the organization who put out the source is legit or not. Those are 3 reasons of multiple reasons how to spot fake news. Okay, do you guys have you guys ever heard of De Speld?
What is that?
Okay, there are multiple newspapers in Holland. You got the Telegraaf, you got the AD. You also got De Speld. De Speld is een online krant en die is alleen maar gemaakt om fake nieuws uit te brengen. Die heeft nooit van hun leven echt nieuws gepost, alleen maar nepdingen. Het staat op Facebook, ziet heel veel, maar er zijn zoveel mensen die dit geloven. Als je ooit iets van De Speld ziet, niet geloven. Dat is niet waar. Ik zeg het eventjes bij, want ik ben een paar keer ingetrapt tot ik dacht dat het een neppagina was. We hebben heel veel dingetjes online. Okay, what I want you to do. Oh no, before we're going to do anything, I want to ask you a question. I have a poem on here. I found a few things online that were released last year. Someone wrote this poem in the idea that they were very poor and very misfortunate. I want to read it out loud with you, and I want to ask if you get what they're saying, okay? Because I ain't got a pencil. I woke myself up. Because I ain't got an alarm clock. I dug in the dirty clothes in the basket, because ain't nobody washed my uniform. I brushed my hair and teeth in the dark, because the lights ain't on. Even got my baby sister ready, because my mama wasn't home. Got us both to school on time to eat us good breakfast. And then we got to classes and the teacher fuzzed, because I ain't got a pencil. Can somebody maybe explain what the deeper meaning behind this poem is? If not, no. Correct, please.
That he or she must do very much because they haven't got very much money and they don't have very much stuff.
Yes. He's very poor, he doesn't have much. Yes, he wears dirty clothes, he has to feed his sister. He's going by school by himself, and the teacher got mad at him because he didn't bring his pencil. So, in proportion, that's quite bad, of course. But I wanted to ask you, is this real or is this fake? Did someone make this with the idea of him being very poor? Is this true or is this fake? It's whole. Well, it is absolutely fake. It was, we looked at the person and he's a very wealthy person, he has a lot of money, he just created this to get attention, to get the likes. There's nothing real about this. Next story. Apple employees keep walking into their headquarters glass walls. Is this true or is this fake? Okay, Apple employees, the people who work at Apple in California, they have this amazing, beautiful, large headquarters, almost entirely made of glass, as you can see, and the employees kept walking into the glass doors.
True.
Is this true or is this false? Fake. True?
Yes. Fake.
Yes, it was true. It was actually true, and there was an entire article based on it. Okay, I have one more. This is a tweet. So it was on social media. Okay. I went to the Black Panther premiere. You know Black Panther, the new movie? Yeah? I went to the Black Panther premiere tonight, and my wife was assaulted. Assaulted, misschien is in elkaar geslagen. 3 black women approached us, and one of them said, "This movie ain't for you, you white bitch," and then attacked her. Security escorted her to the parking lot, and we left. We just wanted to see a movie. This is a picture of her bruised eye. Is this real or is this fake?
Fake.
Why? Could be real, of course, but no. This was a big fuss about this last month in the US. But this is clearly fake. It was a picture of someone who assaults their own wife at home, and he posted it online to make sure that he is not caught with assaulting his wife. Eventually he got caught and he's in jail now. So there's a good end of this. Okay, I have a small assignment for you before we continue with the recap. I want you to create a fake news story of your own. Preferably, I want you to get up 3 headlines. Okay? And I want you to add a few sentences to explain what happened with the news. I'll give you an example in a bit. But to make it a little bit more difficult, I can assume that you all watched the news in the last 6 months at least once or twice. Hebben jullie de laatste half jaar een keer nieuws gevolgd? Mag ik uitgaan?
Ja.
Dan wil ik graag dat je met je buurman of buurman of buurvrouw, ja joh, wacht aan nog eventjes. Dankjewel, ik ben in de zin, maar deze onderbroken door minstens 8 mensen. Oké, ik wil dat jullie 3 headlines gaan bedenken. 2 zijn nep, eentje is echt. Oké? Ik wil een voorbeeld geven van een neppe. En dan wil ik ook even een zinnetje rondom uitleggen wat er gebeurd is. Niet alleen maar een kop, want de kop kan heel kort zijn. Stel de kop is, Kanye West falls in state of Wyoming and spends 2 weeks in the hospital. Wil ik even uitleggen. During his life, Pablo tour, Kanye falls in state because of exhaustion. He fell really hard and needs to recover for at least 2 weeks. The rest of the tour is cancelled. Een paar zinnen die even iets meer waarde aan de kop geven. Dat is trouwens ook fake news, niet gebeurd. Dat was ook net wat we zeiden. Dus wat ik wil doen graag, je krijgt nu 5 à 10 minuten om met je buurman of buurvrouw, je mag even bij de heren hier aansluiten als je wil, om 3 headlines te verzinnen. 2 nep, 1 echt. Oké? Schrijf het even op anders. Is niemand schrijven? Please write your names down. Je mag iets wat je hoort, die moment echt is, dat je even een boek van maakt, dat het moment lijkt.
Misschien als ik het besef, is hij het dat is wat ik weet.
Ja, ook.
Oh, oké.
Nou, dat is even de tweede. Helemaal niks. En is dit? Als ik dan eerst in Nederland doe, kan ik vertalen voor mezelf, dat mag ik weer.
Vallen op de persoon waardoor die persoon dood is gegaan en daardoor moet
Kan?
Ik ben aan het Ja.
Hoe zeg je autofout is zo
Ik heb het ook wel.
Een oud vrouwtje is op zo'n huisje. Gestolen? Ja. En ga je nu zeggen? Ja. Nou, ik weet het niet.
Dan ben je, ja, ziek. Wat is dan wat beter? Ben je gewoon mentaal? Mentaal en maar ik vind wel net niet.
Weet je dat niet? Ja, maar het is... Nee, het is wel niet. Zei die dat? Weet je dat echt niet? Dat boeit mij niet. Oh my god.
Nog een ruimte boven je hoofd.
Wie is dat? Dat was erbij. Maar zij dat dan niet. Oké, wat is er bij mij? Ik ben nog niet klaar. Is koud. Hila, jij bent te lang. Jij moet die warmte. Jij moet die. Oké, het is wel.
Hey, by now I hope.
Ik ben keihard voor je.
Jongens, ik hoop dat jullie nu inmiddels 2 à 3. Ik hoop dat jullie inmiddels 2 à 3 koppen hebben. Wees nog staan in Engels. Jullie hebben nog 5 minuten, oké? Moet je dat afmaken.
Ik ben kampioen. Ja, ik ook. Nou, kan je niet. Wat zeg je? Hij blijft dood. Is het gewoon niet? Ga naar beginnen, Stella. Ga naar beginnen, Stella. Het is toch niet? Hij gaat gelijk weg. Ja, nou hebben we nog eentje. Wil je die potten maken? Kom op. Je hebt verschillende we zitten in een kast. Hallo,
Straattaal. Slang, straattaal. Eigenlijk is het een gewassen vorm van een bepaalde taal, maar slang kan ook zeg maar een andere vorm van Spaans zijn. Oké, 2 minuten nog.
Hier, kom. Ik ben met 18 uur best gegaan met mijn
Challenge.
Mensen die vrezen. Nee, dat is nog niet eens.
Ik ben feit.
Jan van de 14 vallen. Ik ga door.
Dit is een A. Ben, wat? Dit is een R. Dames en heren, mogen de adem eventjes. Jongens, wacht even de aandacht. Ja, dankjewel. Oké. We hebben 2 of 3 headlines. Jongens. Die hand omhoog als je nog iets langer nodig hebt.
Ja, ik
1 minuut jongens, even afmaken, oké?
And how do you pronounce it in English? Oh.